Hey, it's Rick here, and I've got the Incipio Faxion for the iPhone 5 to show you today. I'll call it right now. I think this is Incipio's answer to Specs Candy Shell for the iPhone 5. It's really similar. I picked mine up at my local Fry's Electronics for about $34.95, and here's the packaging that it's going to come in. They do claim it's made out of a rigid plextonium material for the shell. It's really like a TPU material, in my opinion. Inside of the box, you're going to get a few things. So you're going to get this stand. And when you're not using the stand, it's kind of nice because you can unhook it here and it lays pretty flat, so you can take it with you. You get a microfiber wipe that you see right here. And then you're also going to get a squeegee to apply an included screen protector that I've already mutilated here. So screen protectors and me just don't get along. And I'm pulling it into the frame just to show you a couple things. So one, you don't have the traditional kind of circle cut out for your home button. It's more of an arch. And then two, up along the top for your camera, as well as your mic, your light sensor, and your headpiece, that's what that cutout looks like. This is a decent screen protector. It does exhibit a few rainbow effects, and it's pretty thin, so I'm not sure how it'll hold up over time, but it's nice that they include it in the package. Now here's the case. It's very soft on the inside, so you really don't have to worry about any type of scratching, even on the edges here, and you would install this just like you do a candy shell, and I'll show you that in just a moment. The removal is just like a candy shell as well, so I've got a video up on that if you want to see how to do that. This is how you're going to put the phone into the case. Always start with the buttons first. I like to do the top button, then work those side buttons, give it a bit of a push, and then I'm going to snap these two bottom pieces into place just like that. Now, you're going to want to go around and kind of work the edges in, and they will all seat into place. You might see in a couple areas where they aren't completely in. And as you work those edges, they will all snap right into place. Now, a couple of things about this case. It is a little tight fitting, so it should work just fine with a front screen protector, as long as you're probably not using one of those glass type screen protectors that add some thickness, because if you're doing that, I'm not so sure this case is going to work for you. The other thing is the back. The back, if you're using a back protector on this, it may not fit as well. So just keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at the front. You're going to see that you get a nice lay on the table design with this case. So I can put it face down on the table and my iPhone screen will not touch. The case will. One of the things with the candy shell was this area here. People complained that it kind of flaked off, almost like a pencil eraser when you use it. And I'm not sure how this is going to perform over time. I will report back as I get more hands-on time with it, but it seems like a different material, so I think we should be okay there. You've got some Incipio branding along the side. Your buttons are covered here. You actually have your switch that is very accessible right here and very easy to get to. Up along the top, your sleep awake and power button is covered, all enclosed on this side. Down on the bottom, this is what it's going to look like. Everything is accessible and easy to get to. And if you take a look, if I can get it into frame here, even these areas here are raised up a little bit, so you don't get any distortion in sound or mic pickup, so you don't have to worry about that. On the back side, it is a high gloss finish, so you're going to get some fingerprints, and they wipe off relatively easily, but I will also call out that just like the candy shell, you may see already I'm getting a scratch right here. So I imagine darker colors are going to show it a little bit more. This one does seem to attract scratches less than the candy shell, because the candy shell attracted scratches pretty quickly. And this one, while it shows them, it seems like it attracts them not as fast. So up along here, this is kind of contoured in, and it's that softer material, so it kind of feels nice right there. There's your camera cutout, and it works just fine. There is no washout in your photos. These buttons are all super responsive. You may hear that. It's very clicky, very tactile. These are definitely more responsive. Not that it was a problem on the candy shell, but definitely more responsive than I would say the candy shell buttons. And I really like the way that these feel. So it's a different spin, I would say, on what the candy shell is. I'm going to give the Incipio Faxion a 4.5 out of 5. It runs about the same cost as a candy shell, but you get a few more things in the package, so that is definitely kind of nice. And if you're looking for maybe a little bit different look than what you get with the candy shell, this one might be worth your attention. Again, 4.5 out of 5 for the Incipio Faxion. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, feel free to leave a comment down below. Hit me up on Twitter. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time. Take care, everybody.